山地資料の中洲と申します。当社はリサイクル業を主としておりまして、蒲郡工場ではペットボトルの粉砕作業をしているんですけども、本社では段ボールであったり、新聞紙であったり、そういうようなもろもろ作業をしております。当社の仕事は社会に貢献できる素晴らしい業種だと思いますので、そのことに興味のある方は、ぜひ当社に勤務していただきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。
Nice to meet you. So, how long have you been in Japan?
I've been here in Japan for more than 10 years.
More than 10 years.
Yes, probably about 14 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yes.
How do you find Japan? Like, what's the attractive point?
Well, Japan is a nice country. It has 4 seasons, which is not present in our country, in the Philippines. And the government is also well organized. So working here in Japan is not very difficult.
Thank you. So, how long have you been working in Yamachi?
I've been here for almost 5 years now. And since I've been working in Japan for a long time, working in Yamaji Shigyo is a very nice place to work because the company is very considerate. For example, when you like to go to a hospital or you get sick or other personal matters, they are very considerate in taking your leave of absence.
So, you mean they are considering for foreigners?
Yes.
Who work here?
They are, for example, you're not feeling well, you just ask in advance for permission that you will go to a hospital for a checkup, and there is no problem.
I see. 全部いきますか？
全部いっちゃおうか。
So, what do you do here exactly? Could you tell us the duties and responsibilities?
Yes, in Yamaji Shigyo is a company which procure surplus material from other companies. For example, waste materials or other recyclable items. So our main duty in this company is to reuse or recycle materials that are especially very hard to be decomposed, like PET bottles and other hard materials like aluminum and cans and glass, etc. Because these products are very hard to decompose, so it's nice to recycle or reuse.
So, what is your responsibilities?
So our
Yamaji?
Yamaji's main responsibility is to protect our environment, like preserving the nature, waste recycling, waste disposal, waste management. So the main responsibility of this company is to make sure that we protect Mother Nature.
何をしてますか、ここで。
Protect the environment, like
デニールさんが何してるか。What you do here? What is your
my job
yeah.
here is like sorting the PET bottles from other materials like cans and impurities in the conveyor. My other job is to loading and unloading of products going to, like for example, going to China, like pig flakes. Our product is more on pig flakes, so most of our products are shipped to China for recycle. So I operate a machine and forklift,
Oh, I see.
loading and unloading.
後で工場を見せてもらいますたいね。
Later, I want you to show us around.
Yes. Later we will go to the factory where we can show in the video what is going on, what is being done here in Yamaji Shigyo. Right now we have also a new product that is waste surplus or waste clothes from Japan. Clothes, yes. So we press the clothes to be shipped to other countries.
Oh, I see. Used clothes.
Used clothing, yes.
What is the skills and qualification required?
Well, there is the most important skills is that you have to be able to communicate. So it's better for you students in the university to study more on Japanese language and culture, which is somewhat different from our culture in the Philippines. So that is very important. If you can read and write, that's an additional qualification for you.
So the communication comes
Yes.
first.
Communication. Because if you work in the environment well, you cannot understand or you cannot communicate well, then there will be difficulties in working. Okay, when you will be told to do this but you cannot understand, so there will be difficulties, or sometimes you'll be scolded because you make mistakes.
Can you tell us more about studying language? How did you study Japanese? How did you?
I was studying in a very short period of time when I was in the Philippines. I was a product of Nikkijin Foundation, and we are only able to study 40 days.
40 days.
Yes, it's a cram school. Actually, it's 40 days staying in a school where we study Japanese language at the same time, reading and writing. But it is more advisable for a student to study longer time because it's difficult also to speak Japanese.
You mean before coming to Japan?
Before coming to Japan. But when we arrive here in Japan, so we are forced to speak Japanese. So that's immersion of the culture and the Japanese language. So it's better to study hard.
Better to study hard before coming to Japan. So, what are the difficulties you have faced when you came to Japan and when you started working in Japan?
Well, the first difficulties we encountered in Japan, as I mentioned, is the language barrier. Yes, the Japanese language. That's the first difficulties. Then the rest is more on cultural because we have different culture than Japanese, so we have to adjust to their culture, their manners of way of living.
Like
So,
for example,
like when we have a different way of speaking to our other co-workers. So since
the way of
communication, because when you speak to upper leader in the company in Japan, you have to respect.
Yes.
Yes. So we have a different culture, but that's why we sometimes have difficulty in adjusting and working with Japanese co-workers.
Yes.
Yes, that is one difficulty. And the other difficulties we encountered here is since we are not Japanese, our limited stay in Japan, like visa. So
Yes.
every 1 year or 2 years, you have to go back to the immigration and ask for an extension. So
Yes.
that's one of the difficulties being as a foreigner here in Japan. We have to abide with their laws.
So you do the process by yourself, the visa?
The first time we make an extension with our visa, we asked our company, Haken Kaisha, to work for our visa, but since we were able to know the process, so we do it ourselves right now.
今は派遣ですか？
Right now, we're lucky to be
正社員。
working without a Haken Kaisha, which we are Shishan company employee. Okay.
あ、
So because right now, after living in Japan, you can also apply for a permanent residency if you will be qualified. So right now we are a permanent resident in Japan, so
How
there
did
is,
you get a permanent resident?
you have to stay in Japan for more than 5 years.
More than 5 years.
Others are more than 5 years or more than 10 years, depending on your way of life. If you don't have any other problems with the law, like committing a crime,
Ah, yeah.
yes. So if you have a clean record, maybe you can get a permanent residency for 5 years.
Oh, I see.
But if you have any problem with the law, then maybe you cannot you cannot get
Forever.
anything. You have to renew and renew, because every time you make renewal, they will look for your record. If you have any police record, any accident, any kind of
Yes.
unlawful deeds is also counted here in Japan.
I see. I think we are not going to talk about visa that much.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like sensitive problem. So finally,
Yeah.
could you give a message to the students of Japanese class in the Philippines?
Oh yes. Well, being a student in Japan, in the Philippines as a Japanese class, my message will be like, make sure you will study more, more on writing and reading if possible, because it is a plus to have knowledge in all languages, especially Japanese. To work in Japan, it's very important, and you must be hardworking because Japanese people are hardworking people. You have to compete with the hardworking people in Asia, so you have to make sure when you come to Japan, you are ready. So everything will be fine for you to stay and work here in Japan. That's it.
Thank you very much. What is this place?
We are here in the place where we recycle used clothing. We can see from this side, these are bundles ready for shipment. And if we can go a little bit more inside, we can see the pressing machine that we use to press the used clothes from nearby places in Gamagura like Toyohashi and Okazaki. So from that city, these are the boxes that they put in the used clothing, and this is the machine that we use to press. And this is the machine that we use to press the used clothing.
So where are they going?
These
After pressing.
bundles of used clothing are usually exported to Southeast Asia, Malaysia, or Indonesia. Yes,
Many different countries.
different countries. We tried one bundle to China also, so one container. So this is the newest product we produce here in this factory.
Thank you.
So now next we're going to the other side, the other factory. Okay. It's not daily.
Oh, it's not there.
It's not daily.
But
So
this place is
this place is used usually for hammering DVD cases, CDs, like plastic bottles, but there's a small volume right now for DVDs and CDs.
近くで見せてもらってもいいですか？
You have here products like from CDs rental. These are old ones. So we are going to crush this to small pieces.
でここで細かくなったのが出てくるんですかね。
So this is the machine.
This is the machine used to crush DVD, and actually this is the product after these are the products that after crushing DVD cases. So this will be shipped to maybe China
China.
for recycle, for place for raw material, another raw material.
So what is going to be reused?
It will be reused for a new product like plastic lumber. So it will be more resistant to weather because it's made of plastic, rubber, and other components. These are the roll for the pet roll polyethylene. They're used to make for leather, metal leather. These are the aluminum cans. This is aluminum can for shipment to other countries. Yes, these are aluminum cans. outside it's PET bottle price for PET bottle for using in the recycling. This is the one that we put in the bundled but not crushed. Not crushed yet. They are bundled from other suppliers from Nagoya. So we are now going to the main crushing machine for PET bottles. We have to try to speak more louder. You can get the video inside. Sometimes when there's not much to be done in the other machine, I have to help here. Okay. So most of the time, I have to operate the forklift. We load, unload like container vans. I have to help for transporting products. So the work is not only in one place, but you have to work in another kind of work. So you have to study more on the way we used to do in Yamato. sometimes there is a mechanical breakdown, so I have to do some repair also.
You have many things to do.
Yes, many things to do. And it will be a challenging job. Master of everything, but just helping one another, working. You have to think also what to do, because it's on your own decision if you want to do this one or do this one. So you have to do it by yourself. You have to think what's going to be done.